point, so then perfectly H-shaped monsters with hook hands came at us by transportation of pillars. Everyone saw that one coming. And then we savagely beat one of them, and the other one ran away.
Exactly.
That was about it, right?
3 of them.
Was
killed
there
a lot of
another
them.
one?
There's a couple.
Oh,
There were
yeah.
like 4.
I believe there were 3.
Well, one of them we beat especially.
Yeah, one of them got...
Yeah, the
One of
one
them
that's
just
currently
died.
on the floor next to you.
That wasn't
Yeah.
killed, that was bullied.
That was... You like had it in
That
a
was-
net or something, and it was trying to flee, and then it couldn't.
It was definitely workplace bullying at that point.
Okie dokie. So yeah, and the last one has just fled into the darkness ahead of you. We are still in turn order.
Fled off
I
to the
will-
west, I believe.
Yes,
I
over
will
this way.
Stop looking up where airliners can do barrel rolls.
The answer is no. Or I guess they could, but something would have gone horribly wrong. There would be some winds that were very unfortunate.
Well, fortunate because a barrel roll happened. That's always fortunate.
Whee!
No.
That would be
I
great
don't think
fun.
so.
That's very fair.
For everyone on board. Okay, so scary hook monsters have, well, just one. The one that survived has fled to the west from where you are. Obviously, you all know what the cardinal directions are, really, at all times, for ease. You've got torches scattered about. You're in this large cavern. It's got a sort of arch shape to the roof with these pillars next to you stretching up towards the ceiling, previously occupied by hook monsters, but now just pillars. You're kind of up close to the pillars. You can see that they were once lovely engravings, although they have now been basically, not thoroughly, not every single one, but a lot of them have been modified to make the dwarves involved look really stupid, basically. Like, it's a dwarf fighting a monster, but they've chipped away most of the monster, so it's just like a tiny little blob. Things like that. Someone's had fun with this. You can see, illuminated by the torchlight from these flickering torches you've thrown on the floor, mostly just piles of... There were once workshops here, and some of the stonework has remained, so sort of stone workbenches and things, but there was a lot of wooden constructions here as well that have sort of decayed, more accurately been smashed, a lot of them. There is a lot of intentional destruction that has happened here. But you can see the bits in blue are sort of the stone remnants of the workshops, and you can see that there were probably all types of workshops. There's sort of different groupings clustered together, and it's a bit hard to tell with everything smashed and no tools really lying around, which is perhaps not what you would have expected, even if this was destroyed. In fact, there are no tools, and you can only see the body of one dwarf over here in this corner, kind of not discarded, that's not the right word. You can only see the body of one dwarf lying against the wall, collapsed, dead for many, many years, and decayed. But yeah, you haven't really seen many others. And yeah, that's what's happening. And ahead to the west, where the hook horror fled, you can hear the scraping of hooks on stone. And for those of you who've spent some time in the Underdark, maybe, or those of you who are particularly paying attention and particularly perceptive, you can see here that there's probably a few of them scraping back and forth at each other and clanging.
Okay.
If you could speak hook horror, you'd know that the one that died would have probably said something like, "Go on without me."
Well, actually, it turns out
No.
I don't speak Hook.
No, you don't speak hook horror.
I do not have proficiency in a language which does not exist.
I'll have you know but apparently, where is it? Where are you, hookers? I'm pretty sure they have their own scrapey language.
I mean, they have int of like 6, so they'll have some way to.
Oh yeah, no, fair enough. They clearly do then.
Yeah, they communicate by striking their hooks against their exoskeletons or the stone surfaces around them. What sounds to others like a random clacking noise is a complex language.
There
That's
you go.
amazing.
Interesting.
There you go.
You learn something new every day.
They communicate by music.
They're little clacky monsters. They're not little, they're massive.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
They're like 11 feet tall. But apparently, you find them cute, don't you? I'm not the only one that finds weird things cute.
Now that I've said they have a language, you're all gonna find them cute, and this fight's gonna get way trickier.
Apart from the fact that I'm a monster.
Yeah.
Well, Dwarf
Alright,
Fortress,
okay.
we can all be monsters. So we're still gonna be in turn order. Given that there are more monsters ahead in the darkness, we're just gonna kind of take the party's turn, then take the monsters' turn. And then
Sure.
we'll draw up new initiative, because otherwise that would be spoilers, but we'll draw up new initiative
Sure.
when it is necessary.
Alright.
Okie dokie. In which case, party. Kind of, you can all take a turn in whatever order you want. If you want direction, we can go in the turn order that we have laid out for us.
Well, I am
I'm just
concerned
gonna
because
move
she's
up.
out of there.
Can you say that again, Hannah?
Ayana, she's concerned because she doesn't have arrows anymore.
Yes, she is out of arrows.
She's thinking about heading back.
Have we could probably take time to recover arrows from the bodies if I believe
That
half
works.
of them survive.
1
Takes
minute
them-
to search. And you
1
get
minute
half
to
of them back.
search.
Hmm.
So if you're all happy to take 1 minute to search, there is a lot of clacking ahead in the darkness.
I'll search on my own.
That'll be 10 rounds of searching. We'll keep a little counter for you.
Get what, like one back around?
Okay.
Yeah,
Any
one back
idea,
around. That sounds fair.
Any idea how many I used last time?
Well, you have a
Like,
quiver of 20 and we've
you-
had
yeah.
one fight.
Yeah.
It's
so
effectively been one fight.
You-
Or at
Okay.
you
least it's
have-
a couple in the same location. So.
you can recover up to 10 and you can recover 1 per round. Because we can say it takes about 6 seconds to go to a body, pull an arrow out.
That makes sense. I'll just go around recovering it.
Perfect. Iona recovers 1 arrow. 1 round, 1 arrow. Akeem has moved up, I believe. Yeah, with your shield. And Singebeard.
Probably going to also rump forward a bit. Do a measure. Stupid terrain. Stupid difficult terrain.
This
That's a
episode of
body
Dwarves
anyway.
brought to you by Dello.
Yeah. Is he bothering everyone?
No,
Because I can go wave my
No,
hands
it's
up.
he's great.
Cute. Never stop,
Okay.
Dello.
I like it because we've got a burb in the party. It's just Iona.
It's setting the scene.
That's the sound of the little Aarakocra. Do we have any? We have 1 Aarakocra child in the fortress. The child Aarakocra running around and playing in the fortress.
That would be accurate.
Okay, so let's see.
I
What are
can
you
move
doing,
up.
Sinji?
I can move up to there. Because I can dash.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, I can do similar. Like, get up into the line.
You go, squad.
Sort of like form up in preparations for unpleasantness.
In that case, monsters get a go. Nebulous monster turn. It's going to happen over here. If I can get on the right layer. Okie dokie. And then Dravora. Wait, you had to go. We did the player turn. Okay, it's player turn again.
I think, like, from my perspective, unless anyone else is planning on doing things, I think we're sort of waiting for them to come back, unless people are planning on advancing.
I have one thing I want to
just
do,
picking up arrows.
I want to shoot the gas spore thing, which is down here.
Okie dokie.
Oh yeah, hello Gaspar.
Clearly using my OC perception to see that.
Okay, roll to hit. I'll see if I can kind of grab these stats. Hits. And damage. Dust. Deadly dust. But you're not near it, so it's fine.
Yes.
Okay, so you're kind of holding the line while Iona recovers her arrows, basically.
That appears to be the idea.
Yeah, more
Okay.
or less.
Yeah, and unless someone else wants to do something like advancing or things. I was just asking, as we're not going and we're moving as a party right now.
I think the next thing I can meaningfully do takes 10 minutes. So,
I would ask if anyone is hurt enough to require healing, but I have no spell slots left, so that's not happening.
That's not good.
The answer is yes, I'm bloodied. Whoa, okay.
Don't do that again. You just
Yeah,
breathed very
please
loud.
do not do that. That hurt.
oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
I'm okay.
Okey-dokey. So we're gonna do. Let me check. So we'll do the 10 rounds to recover 10 arrows. Stand by. Don't mind that. I should have done a GM roll, but I didn't.
Okay, you roll.
We have no idea what it means anyway.
Yeah.
Unfortunate,
I have-
slash Katie roll is not a recognized macro command on Roll20 yet. But we do have a coder in the party.
I refuse.
A wise plan.
So, yeah, you managed to recover your 10 arrows. And,
Yay.
yeah, the clacking from... You still hear the clacking from ahead, but they don't seem to be going for you, basically. They're not coming back. It's kind of some fairly stationary clacking ahead.
Okay.
Okay. You have recovered your arrows. What would you like
Do
to
I
do?
also have to recover my net?
You can just... You can get the net. It's fine.
Okay,
You have the net.
good.
What would the party like to do?
I'll glance back, like, over my shoulder a few times as I'm, like, checking on the bird, scrabbling about, and once they seem finished, hey, are you done back there? We got everything we need?
Uh-huh.
Alright then. I guess it's onwards.
Okay, I'll come over.
Alright.
We all good to continue? He says, glancing at
Mhm.
Keem's wounds.
Well, let's push on a little bit further. Let's be careful though.
Enough.
Works for me. Now begins the inching.
The slow shuffle. Go team. Ahead of you is
There's another gas spore.
the monster's throne. Pew.
I guess I'll shoot that as well.
Sensible precaution. If you were a less cautious party, let's do it again. I assume you're shuffling slowly enough. The monsters aren't particularly moving at the moment, so yeah, it's gonna be
Alright,
enough.
2 shots. At least I got it with the second one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Alrighty.
How much time do we have?
How do you mean?
I mean, I could do something about wounds. It's not exactly quick.
Well, I mean, if we're going to take any extended period of time, we should probably head back and block up the entrance, and that'll probably take too long if we want to make sure we get whatever's in here.
Yeah, that's what worried me.
When you say longer, do you mean like an hour or a couple minutes?
10, give or take.
Thoughts?
I don't want to be staring into the darkness for 10 minutes.
Aye, fair enough.
I didn't think so.
Come on, birdie, keep up.
Okay.
Okay.
Like around the throne.
No, and you can see things. Don't believe quite yet. So ahead, you can see that the hall ends with an archway opening into. Well, it's kind of hard to see in the dark, but it looks like quite a practical area. The floor is just smooth. Sometimes there's been little patches of decoration on the floor, but this is a very sort of functional area of the fortress that you're into. Although they've still made time to do a few engravings on the walls, but they're kind of big, geometric rather than small, intricate, detailed like you've seen elsewhere.
Interesting. And are these ones not like scribbled and graffitied on?
They're kind of chipped, but no one's particularly. There's kind of there's a few little markings and like rude dwarven symbols on like carved into them, but these are generally left fairly intact. It's the more intricate ones that have received more damage. And yes, you see ahead the hook horrors, and they see you. And there's a lot of clacking and chittering, and they will stump, like they will move backwards a little bit.
This feels like an ambush.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, like, could be. It's an ambush.
Alright, seems like they're cunning sort of things. If they're smart enough to run away, they're smart enough to make a trap,
Okay. As you move closer,
Sit there.
and as they get a good look at the three of you, they keep moving backwards. If you'd like, we can do initiative. I'm not sure if it's.
Just trying to think if there's anything that we can do other than walk forward.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd like to do initiative.
Even as you, would you like to?
I have like ranged cantrips.
Okie dokie. We'll leave them here. Seems fair. And we will roll initiative. I'm trying to remember what this score is. I don't know. Book. If you would like, for simplicity, we can keep your old initiative rolls, and I can simply add these ones to the initiative,
Sure.
keeping the other one at the score of 6 they originally had.
Cool. Yeah,
That
you
works.
can roll some nice
Yeah, that's
22s.
fine by me.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll all the KT rolls. You're gonna be in trouble. So. Oh dear. Which one's got a 10? That one's got a 10. And 10. See? Not KT rolls.
That's true.
Okay. Iona.
I
don't
can't see
believe-
them.
Yeah, you can't see this.
Oh,
And we
gee,
will do...
I don't know what to do.
Let's actually
Oh.
do this. Hold on. Oh, no, that's my secret pile of sprites.
Question.
Yeah.
Dax, I have temporary hit points on me. Were they last a minute or were they last till they used?
Those were last until they used, I believe.
So I thought, but thank you.
You get 0 and you get... Sorry, I'm on a lot of different pages right now. I mean, what? Okay. Alrighty, Iona.
Okay, so I walked over here, and I think I'm going to ready a shot for when I see one.
Absolutely. Now this one's gonna get a go, and it's just gonna skitter this way, backwards. Akeem.
Is there like a pebble on the ground?
Yeah, sure. There's there can be a chunk of stone.
Cool. In that case, I'm gonna, I guess I'm gonna drop my axe and I'm gonna cast light on the pebble, so that will end the light on my shield.
Okie dokie. Can we make the shield your pebble though?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, you do this. You've now got light cast on a pebble. It looks like a shield. It's like a lucky little chunk of engraving. Are you going to throw it? I guess that's
I can't. It takes my action to
this
cast the
is
spell.
separate action. Got it. A Singebid. Actually, let me check how far you can all see into the room. So yeah, given what you can now see, you can see that it's a small room with 4 exits, including the one you're at, one in each, north, south, east, west. You can see that to the east, there's a very sturdy looking, it's like, where the hook horrors are hanging out, it looks like a really sturdy, reinforced doorway. Well, it's all made of stone, but it's got kind of space where a door might slot in, and there is a surprisingly obviously placed, there's some sort of like mechanism over here which is linked to it. Yeah. Big sturdy door that's open and mechanism.
I can't see it yet.
You've seen enough of the workings of this fortress that it's quite, it's obvious to you.
How far can you see, Miss Bird?
It's the
Well,
edge of the light, I would imagine,
Yeah.
right?
So like here?
Like 3 squares past the opening.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that I'm reading that right.
Okay, so Singebid.
Good. Yes.
And you can see that despite the high ceilings, they've clearly been sort of damaged or something, because there's like a big chunk of stone hanging down in the middle of this doorway here. Like maybe a pillar broke or something?
We're doing this.
You get a look.
Wait.
Switch the sides.
Casting Sacred Flame on the nearest target.
Okie dokie, roll it.
I don't need to roll, you need to roll.
Oh yeah, I need to
Sorry,
roll.
Dex check.
Ah! Wah.
I don't know why you're playing, this works in your favour every time.
I don't know, have you seen the 3 rolls I just did? What save again? Wisdom?
Dex.
Oh, Dex.
Okay. It actually does something.
Oh my goodness.
That is unusual. 10 damage.
10 damage.
Radiant.
10 well, no, I did minus 100. That's not it.
If you'd like to.
It dies instantly. The crit is my typos.
Christ. Chunky souls to roll.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Another one is gonna have a 10. And yeah, this one's gonna kind of skitter backwards like this. Next up, I don't know if you lot can see this.
We can't really. There's skittering in the darkness.
Yes, the skittering in the darkness. I meant, got some things in the turn order, and I don't know if you can see that they're in the turn order, because they're also set to GM view only.
I
So they're
see
in...
3 monsters on the turn order.
Ah, that's really cool! There's more!
Thanks.
But,
Okay, that's quite scary. Good to know.
but you can't see them, because I haven't... Because they're in the turn order, but they're invisible. That's really cool.
You blew the secret.
Ow. I'm gonna post a secret scene anyway. I'm just getting really excited. 1, 2. Okie dokie. Next up, Dravora.
Okay. I'm gonna set to here. I'm gonna hold my empty hand back to Akeem and say, "Where do you want that chucked?"
Straight ahead, I guess.
And I will take it. I will free up the person that never has enough hands and actions economy by taking the rock and yeeting it like an Akeem. This is the master of yeets in this fortress. I was like chucking like the pebble to about there-ish, I guess.
Okie dokie.
Because I think we said it's an improvised ranged weapon, so that's like 20, 60,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that's what they're working.
Okay. Akeem, you have control of the weapon? Wah! Good throw. 2 hook horrors illuminated in what is now quite clearly and visibly a doorway. Like a big... It's a big round kind of entrance. Circular. And you can see the edge of a door that looks to be rolled in from somewhere off to the right.
Does Iona get her ready to action now?
Oh,
Should-
yes, Iona does. Iona,
Uh.
do the thing. Oh dear. Iona, don't do the thing.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it went so well.
Yeah,
She was so surprised she missed.
They could just like I'm gonna shoot the first thing I see, and there's 3 things, and like and shoot
Ah, in the
perfectly
middle.
between all 3 of them.
Iona hits the
Well-
perfect average of the monsters.
I figured maybe she aimed for the pebble. She got distracted.
She's a burb and she likes the shiny things. You know, we can't blame her for that.
Alright, I guess I will also just move up level with Singebid, and that'll be my turn.
Okie dokie. This one, what has been hit, is gonna continue, is gonna skitter backwards. And sort of, it gets back away from the light as far as it can go. Its friends are in the way. And it sort of, it scrapes its hooks on the floor in what is clearly meant to be like a display of back off. Like a threatening display of hooks. They're very big hooks.
They are very big hooks.
They are very big hooks. Okay, Iona?
Well, she's a little scared because she can't see her friends. But she's gonna power through.
Iona's a brave bird. Oh yeah, she can't see her friends. Oh dear.
So, what I'm thinking is that I should aim for the one below, the one furthest south that I can see in the doorway.
Mhm.
Yeah, with some sharpshooter action.
Do that. So sharpshooter super showdown.
First one didn't go so well.
The second one, you're calibrating. She's calibrating. She calibrated and she
Yeah.
hit that time.
You went full Garrus and it worked.
Ouch.
Works for me.
It makes me happy when the DM says ouch on a minimum damage roll.
Iona does so much damage.
Like,
yeah.
It's the trade-off. Like, Iona will miss more shots. The first session of
Yeah.
Sharpshooter just lied when Hannah refused to roll below an 18. Like, they'll miss more shots, but they'll really land.
Yeah. I miss when I had better rolls.
D&D's really easy if you just always succeed on your rolls.
I
Yeah.
know.
It's great.
That's why my monsters are so effective. Okay. Now, Hook Horror, who is stuck at the back, has decided that retreat is no longer an option, and it's angry that you have shot its friend. But it's also stuck. So,
Push through.
can it push through? Is that
It-
Maybe it could,
Allies are difficult terrain.
clamber? Oh, yeah, I guess it could. Oh, thank you for telling me that, everyone. If allies are difficult terrain, it's got to move through 10 foot of ally, and then so it can make it here. So now the ally's gonna have to push
Yep.
through it on the next turn. So it's protectively moving in front of its friends. It's like, stop hitting them. No, they tried to run away. It's angry. Okay, Akeem.
Alright, time to make this a bit easier for everyone. I'm going to move up to here, which may well prove to be a poor choice in future, but I'm going to cast Fairy Fire, and I'm going to try and hit all 3 of them with Fairy Fire.
I think that's
Nice.
that's an achievable radius.
Yeah, I mean, they're touching.
They're all touching.
So that's the details. And as always, I will make it Violet Light because that's Iona's favourite.
Yay.
That means she'll hit it more.
Yeah, that's how
so-
that works.
Yeah. Okie dokie. So this one at the top was number 1 and has been violet lighted.
And the other 2 pass.
Dim light in a 10-foot radius. 10.
I should just not tell Katie about the thing that
Okay.
happens when I level up, that everyone I hit glows with a certain light radius, right?
That'd be fun.
I like it. I like all the lighting. It's a fun like tool to play with in all these dark environments that we fight in.
It's true.
Mm.
As long as there's no 2 HP whites moving around, we'll be fine.
You are fine.
Let's see, and that was 20 foot, right, of movement?
Which
Just
Oh,
wait
it's
It's level
25,
9.
yeah.
If you were 2 behind me.
I was 2 behind you. Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
fair enough.
you were 1 behind me because you handed me
Yeah.
the pebble. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's 20 feet. You're
Yeah.
right.
I was just wondering if you had... No, because you moved up 1 after you threw it, right?
Yes, I did actually, you're right.
Yeah.
So-
No, I knew I hadn't done this, like, entirely wrong. Yeah, that's my turn then.
Okay. Singebeard.
Calculation. Oh yeah, we're good. Operation Stack the Deck. Okay. A minute. Yeah, I've got enough. I am going to cast Bless on myself, Iona, and Grimoire.
What does it
Okay,
do again?
you do this.
Functionally, you're getting a 1d4 on your additional on your attack rolls.
Cool.
Attack rolls and saving throws, I believe.
Yes, but those come up a bit less. Okay, I'll have this written down in my things. So, oh, hold on, let me try something. There, I had actually written it down.
Ha ha
Handy.
ha.
Tick off. And then 1, 2, 3 murders. 4. Yes, on this. Leroy Dwarfkin. Okay, that is my turn.
Okie dokie. So, now, this guy, through the difficult terrain, that he's kind of going, no, jumping in front of his friend after his friend went, no, and jumped in front of him. They're like, no, don't hit them, hit me. No, don't hit them, hit me. They're working their way forwards. Okay, they're working on it.
They're very
They're just
effective.
having a like clicky little family squabble over there.
Click, click, click. And we're going to do...
Click, 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 click.
There. Okay, and not quite as sneaky as it thought it was. As the letter C appears in the darkness behind Iona.
Uh-oh.
I hate to be that guy.
Mhm.
Doesn't it get advantage?
The thing, oh, because it's in the dark.
Well, because it was hidden before the attack, right?
Well, it's not
Yeah.
attacked. It's just I've made a stealth.
Oh, okay, all right.
Is it-
I
Never
thought I
mind
should
then.
make a stealth roll.
Is it
It was
perception
like
or investigation? No, it doesn't matter. I
moving-
suppose.
Because I thought passive perception, because you're not actively looking for it, and then it
Yeah.
makes like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
stealth roll. It made 1 while it was just trundling through the darkness, and then like 1 now that it gets close.
I mean, on the plus side, I don't necessarily think it can be... Oh no, it's in dim light from the torch, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So, what does it look like? That's a good question. So it's this sort of big, leathery. It seems a bit sluggish, but it's this big, leathery monster. It's got wings. It's flying.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's a big, leathery, flappy thing.
It's not that big, right?
No, it's not as big as all the other stuff you're fighting. I don't think it's going to be a problem.
Seems perfectly reasonable.
It seems
Don't think I've
Doesn't
noticed
sound
it.
good.
It's like a bat, right? It's no problem.
It's just like a big bat. Whatever. Dravora.
Have I noticed this thing?
Yes. We'll have this be... It doesn't know that... Because it failed at the end of its movement, I'm going to say it doesn't know that you've all spotted it. It's just sort of accidentally bumbled a little far into the light while it was trying to silently flap towards you through the darkness. So it doesn't know you've noticed it.
Right.
It's like, they don't see me.
Okay, I have to decide. Do I run back and protect the bird? Or do I go forward and engage the hook horrors? And I think the answer is we go forward, because the bird can also come forward, rather than splitting the party. Because the bird is fucking fast. Okay. So I'm gonna come to here.
Remember, I can reposition us on my turn as well if needed.
That is very true. I forgot about that. It's so nice. I'm gonna come to here, and I am going to. Do I want to chuck a javelin, or do I want to just like defense up? I think I will come to here and I will dodge. No, screw that.
Okay.
No, screw that. I'm gonna pull a javelin out and fucking throw a javelin at the nearest hook horror. Because I can.
Do it.
18.
18 hits.
8 points of piercing damage.
8 points of piercing damage. To the one in the front.
Yeah, the nearest one.
Yeah.
Like,
Grrr.
javelin just like scrapes unpleasantly through its shoulder.
Okie dokie. Next up. No, not my friend. I'll protect you. Diving in front of each other like, no! So that's
They're
going
so
well
sweet.
for them. And they just wanted to run away. Iona.
Well, now I have things to think about.
That's just a big friendly bat.
Yeah.
He thinks he's so sneaky.
Huh. Well, now I just gotta think about if I want to confront this. So run ahead to you guys. What do you think?
I think that's a fun decision for you to make.
Yeah.
Well, I was excited to hit the purple.
I will also point out, you are very, very fast.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna run at you guys.
Sure.
Or fly at you guys a little bit. That seems like a safe decision.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so let's see if I land a closer shot at that purple lighted guy.
Oh, yes you do.
Uh,
Remember,
of them?
you get 1d4.
yeah. That should help.
Yep.
Did
All right.
something.
Boom.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
That's what I'm
It's
used to.
bloody... It's very sad. It's very... Ouch.
Cool.
The one at the back is like, no! You got the hit! No, I'll save you! Dives in front of it. They're making progress, okay? They're They're just clambering over each other.
They're doing their
No.
best.
They're doing
I'll
something
save you. It's
alright.
gonna go right in front of this one after those piercing arrows. Like, no,
Uh,
get out of here. Akeem.
They protect. They attack.
too sweet.
Let's see. I'm gonna move here, and I'm gonna take the dodge action.
Mm-hmm.
Seems
Dodging.
eminently sensible.
Yeah, very sensible. Stupid.
It's time to go and hit something.
Time for a bit of the game.
Ah. Not you, not you.
That's a hit. 24 is a hit.
Just to check. Okay.
No,
Boff.
Oof.
You have boffed that boy.
You buff the boy.
Moving up in close underneath it, and just big upward swing. His jaw.
Okie dokie. Next up. Okay. This guy. This boy. Good. Trying to hit. It's gonna try and hit Akeem because it likes a challenge.
Good luck.
Thanks. I think it's gonna need it.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Yeah. And then this boy in the back
Off steel.
is going to. So it's kind of in dim light at the moment, and as it moves towards you, it transits through darkness, and it goes into the darkness, and then when it comes out of the darkness, there's three of it. It gets more like
I
here.
can't see
Well,
them
shit.
anymore.
Oh god, that's true.
Oh, okay. Well, to Iona, it just goes into the darkness. To the rest of you, it sees that it kind of flies. You see that it flies into the darkness, and then emerges with. There's a few of them.
Okay.
What the heck?
Well, it's all right. I got this. I can move this into somewhere slightly more sensible.
I believe you. I trust you, Bard Senpai.
This may prove to be a fatal mistake.
It's fine. It's fine. Dwarves exploring places full of dead dwarves and big stone
sorry.
hallways has never ended badly.
Sorry, they were like real close. It's like a close little, and there's supposed to be three. No, there we go. So there's supposed to be four. There's a little bundle of. It goes in as one, comes out as four.
As long as they don't like.
There's four leathery bat friends ready
Also-
to make friends.
There's going to pull a constructor bots and turn into like Devastator. I'm okay with this.
Trevora.
Like while like we're next to this Hokara that's swinging like at Akeem, who is deflecting it with his shield quite effectively. Like a glance over my shoulder at like, okay, let's keep an eye on the bat thing. That's a lot of bat thing. Do a double take of. There's quite a lot of them back there.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'll try and light them up.
And then I will attack this creature that is next to us.
Okie dokie.
You have a default.
I know.
Do you have the bless?
So
Yes!
the bless
Yes,
bless is
okay, you
fucking
hit.
value
You
down
hit.
today.
With
Keep
the-
lost!
Hit with the bless.
It's 12 to start.
12.
Is it dead?
Nope.
Then we'll take our second swing.
Probably only on that one.
Yeah, but I'm gonna. Because 27's a fun number.
Thank you, bless.
And another 15.
It's in distress.
We split our damage awfully. It's amazing.
You got nice even distribution to make it fair. It's because they keep jumping in front of each other to take the
They
hits.
do, yeah.
We're just setting up for multi-kill from the person in the party that has AoE magic. It's great.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. That's your turn, Dravora.
Yeah, I'm not spending it, but I don't have any bonus actions left.
Next up. How far can I move again? This guy's stuck at the back. Ah. She's gonna clamber over its friend, I think, to get here and swing at Singebeard.
Oh noes.
Iona. I just that doesn't hit, does it?
You know our AC values.
Huh.
Iona.
Can I shoot first and then move?
Yes, you can absolutely.
You can
Okay.
there's like you can do basically all of your turn in any order. You can move a little bit, shoot once, then move again, and then shoot your next action, and then move a bit more.
Well,
I don't think she needs to move. There's nothing there.
True. True, you don't know
Oh.
where they are.
There
I'll
was a
try to-
leathery guy flapping about, and now it's just dark again. I don't see what the
I
problem
don't
is.
trust. So I'm gonna try to shoot the purple glowy once first. How'd it go?
Purple glowy one, you... Ah, yeah, you hit. That's advantage
Alright.
on purple glowy.
Right. What does that do to it?
Pain.
You just shredded it. How does one arrow shred a whole creature? You don't know. It doesn't even make sense.
But he's still kicking.
He's still kicking.
Alright,
Sort of flailing with his hooks.
one more.
Does it hit? Nope.
But it's also
Advantage.
advantage, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
that one's advantage, so it hits.
Which means you can take the 21.
Is that enough?
Blah.
Uh,
You have
Uh-huh.
five arrows left, I think.
I think 3.
Oh, is it 3? If I mathed wrong.
I've used 7.
Then you have 3 arrows left.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I
So
missed a turn.
then I'm gonna try to retreat up this way. That's as far as I'll go.
Okie dokie.
It's
Just
definitely
hoping to
nothing
be safe there.
Yeah.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Make saving throws, everyone. Okay. Hook monster. It's gonna monstrously hook Singebeard. No, it's not. Akeem.
Well, since the one who was on Fairy Fire is now dead, I don't have to even worry about dropping what happens when I drop concentration. So I'm going to cast Fairy Fire again over at the group of creatures whose name I'm pretty sure I know, but I don't know if my character does. So again, could they all make the same
Yes,
saves as before?
they can. So it was Dex, yeah. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 failed. And are purple. They're all kind of one unit, but yeah, 2 out of 4.
Hey.
Oh, it doesn't look like sea anymore. It looks like an eclipse.
Hey, friend. You know what they do now?
They glow,
Ah!
so that Iona can see them.
Yeah.
But there's 4 separate. Okay.
You only have to make 2 of them glow because you rolled well enough.
it's a real incentive to roll well. There you go. Can I only see them from where she is? Oh no, because they're around the corner. She can't see them anyway.
Exciting.
Thank you so much, Akeem. Sinchbit?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe I can do a reposition, right? Like to there without getting hit.
It's only if you leave their threat range. So yeah, that's completely fine. Oh no, that will get you
No,
hit.
because the bottom one,
Yeah, it's true.
it's got reach. Alright, staying where we are then.
You could move back one, but you shouldn't.
Yeah, I technically could. I forgot the stupid bottom one. Alright, let's take a swing.
Hits.
Just I clunked it on the jaw last time. This time I'm not going near those talons, so go for it. Its left knee, I guess. I guess they kind of.
Yeah, they've got knees. They've got
Clunk.
knees. They got legs, I think. Clunk. Oh, that's a tough exoskeleton.
Yep.
But you've done a good bash on that knee. This is unfortunate. Let's see. Another monster gets 10. Let's swing at Dravora. Share out its affection. Nope. They all suck, don't they? Okay, next up we got the little bundle of friendship, who are gonna... Yeah? Yeah, it looks like, unfortunately for this thing, what it's gonna have to do is it's going to, you know how there's 4?
Mm-hmm.
As it comes towards you and as it like comes into the bright light, which I think I know the light radius. I'll use Iona. Iona's my judge of bright light. Oh no, it wouldn't be coming into bright light. Okay. So it's gonna move here.
Do they creepily
And-
move as one?
They're like, yeah, they creepily like move as one. They're like a little, like all shifting and like a little swarm of them. Except it's not really that little. And they are going to try to bite. I'm gonna try and bite Akeem. Actually, they'll move one up from that.
Oh
Which
dear.
will be the 16 hit.
Bless.
Akeem?
Oh, hey, sorry, I think my mic was muted. Yeah, no,
Oh.
my AC is currently 20, sorry.
Ah, okay, good.
Larson plate.
You all laughing plate. Dravora.
Okay, so as 4 bat things have appeared and are mauling our bard, right? Like ineffectually, but
Yeah.
and then there's also this hook horror. Okay. How beat up is this hook horror looking?
The
The one I'm next
hook
to.
horror. Yeah, it's looking pretty beat up. It's looking bloodied.
I think what I'm gonna do is I don't know what these back creatures can do, but I know what the hook horrors can do, and so far the hook horrors can be adorable and fail. So I'm going to take advantage of this fairy fire, and I'm going to take a swing at the fairy fired back creature.
Okie dokie, there's 2 fairy fired ones. So, Roll to hit.
Oh, I'm attacking the one that I'm legally able to attack. It's next to me.
Yeah. So I've got them all in a kind of blob here, but really I'm considering that as one unit of bat
Okay.
monster.
Oh.
So they're all like rotating and shifting positions and flying around within like the unit together. So you'll be just swinging at one of them as one goes past.
Sure. I get my advantage
And,
though, right?
Yeah, you'll swing at a fairy-fired one.
I have no smites left.
Alrighty then.
I have no smites.
Alrighty then. The fairy-fired one you swing at is dead.
Is there anything quite... Oh, okay, no. I was going to say something sad of the paladin that crits with no smites, but... Just because I can.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm going to swing at the next one, but as the other fairy-fired one is not next to me, it's just a regular one.
Well, it can kind of rotate next to you. You can hit kind of any of
You know
them
what, let's
within
just roll a
within.
23 anyway.
Yeah, the other fairy-fired one is dead.
I know it's bad I hit the other fairy-fired one, because now the light goes away. That's fine.
Yep.
I'm just swatting bat things. I don't know what they do, and I don't like them.
I'm sure they're not great.
I mean, the swatting seems to be working.
Yeah, they're not so tough.
How big are these things?
Big.
Like medium.
They're like a cloak.
Oh.
Cloak's
No,
worth
it's
of
not.
bat.
No.
Okay.
It's a cloak's worth of bat.
Alright. Okay. Cool.
You're doing fine.
I have no bonus action. I don't feel the need to move, so turn.
Turn. Iona.
Well, I saw the
Oh,
bats
they're
go
still-
down,
they're
so...
They're still glowing.
Oh, Frel.
Uh-huh. Something you want to share with the class?
No, I see. I don't. That is the thing I thought it might be. I forgot it could do that.
Okay, thank you, team. You all know you're going to have a fun time.
I'm enjoying my ignorance.
Ignorance is fun.
I immediately feel less threatened by the bats, so I'm gonna fire at the hook horror.
Which one? The one at the top? One at the bottom? One at the bottom is more damaged.
Yeah,
But
I'll
you've
go
got a
for
nice
the one at the
distributing the damage evenly thing going on as a team, so I don't know if I want to mess with that.
well, you know what, maybe be fair and give them each an arrow.
Okay, that sounds fair. That's going to miss. That's going to miss.
1d4. 1d4.
1d4! Oh, it
Let's
could
see
hit
if
with
I
the
can-
1d4. First d4 is for the first shot. That hits.
Alright.
Second d4 is for the second shot.
What?
Roll another d4 for the
Oh.
second shot. Oh, it misses.
Still,
One of them hits now.
Less so far has secured 3 hits.
Yeah.
Grust.
On.
Grust.
Pierre Crossed is on fucking point today.
K-Crossed smiles upon you as you... which arrow was that for? We didn't really clarify.
That was for the one at the bottom.
Okie dokie. It's unhappy.
Good.
So mean, Iona.
She has her moments.
The other one's having a go. Singe bid. Nope. You're all so hard to hit. Akeem. It's my fault you're all hard to hit.
Alright, I'm gonna use my bonus action to use Mantle of Inspiration. And I'm going to shout to... I'm going to shout to these, to the 2 dwarves, pull back and cover Iona, and I'll try and light these up a bit more. So I would like to grant myself and the other 2 dwarves 5 temporary hit points, and we can now
Sure.
use our reactions to move up to our speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
Heck yeah.
Okey-dokey.
I'm gonna move there.
You're all gonna move east and abandon Iona to the monsters.
I'm gonna move south and like aggro the next.
I'm gonna go up there.
Yeah, let's just form the wall.
And then with my action, I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire a third time, and that should hit the eastmost hook horror and the two mysterious bat-like creatures. So they need to make
Go
saves
ahead.
again.
Okey-dokey.
I dislike. I don't know
so-
what these things are and other people do.
So first we'll do Bat-like Horror number 3. Number 4. So
So
this one
that's
is
one
purple.
failure, one success.
Yep. And then we will have the Hook Horror.
Yay!
It's purple. And sorry, was there anything else on your turn?
I could now also move. I think because I've managed to get quite a good Fairy Fire off, I'm going to take one step further backwards. Because I'm not dodging.
Okey-dokey.
And that's my turn.
Singebird.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Oh, and remember you have temporary hit points if
I
you
know.
did previously.
Casty way or nah, let's get casty. I'm going to cast Sacred Flame at Actually, let's do it on the bat thing that doesn't have Fairy Fire, because Fairy Fire doesn't make a blind bit of difference for a thingy.
Bat thing that doesn't have Fairy
Yeah.
Fire. Go for it.
Dex save, please. No!
Well,
Yes!
there's one bat left, and it's got Fairy Fire.
Okay, I believe that is my turn.
Well turned.
Okay, 10 foot 0. Okay. Hook. Flee. Okay. Dravar. Oh, actually, no, it can flee twice as far because it can dash.
Doesn't have to.
It can. Flee.
But on the plus
No.
side, when we come out, we will be able to see where it's gone.
That's true, because it's glowing.
Oh,
wanted
yeah,
to
it's
shoot
gotta
that.
glow.
Alright. I'm going to reach back, grab another of my javelins, take a moment to aim, and then try and pin the last of these bat creatures.
Go for it.
Thank you, advantage.
You hit the creature.
That's 8 damage.
That is 8 damage. That's got minus 8 hit points. That's not correct.
And I have one last javelin. So, oh no, I can't grab them both, can I?
No.
I mean, I could walk up and twat it, I suppose, but... What I want to... I think I'll leave it. I don't know, is it worth doing that?
It'll be fine.
Yeah, I think we'll move down to here. I'm gonna take a swing at it with my maul. I kind of wanted that jab to kill it, but sure, I'll quit it. I'm okay with that. 22 points of damage.
Okay, 22 points of damage. Boop. Iona. Assuming you're done.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
turn.
Well, with my final, I suppose I'll shoot at the remaining hook horror. Looks like that went well.
I would describe 20 damage as that going well.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's yeah, it's good. That was to the hook horror? No, that was to the monster thing.
The hook horror.
Oh yeah, the hook horror. I lost track. There we go. Speaking of hook horrors. Icky.
Oh man, I'm actually not sure what to do now. I think I want to see what's going on. I'm going to move to there, and I'm going to take the dodge action.
Okay.
And I'm probably going to shout, Iona, you can probably shoot that one before it disappears.
I'm out of arrows.
Well, shit.
Time for plan B!
Why don't you shoot?
My hands are full. You can take the crossbow off my belt.
I could try.
Okay. That's your turn, Akeem?
I love that idea.
It is, yeah. That's all I'm doing.
Singebid.
Okay. Let's do this piece by piece. Gonna get to that this turn anyway. Oh, hey there, buddy. 2, 3, 4. Let's say there. Yeah. Gives me the position to do the other thing. And then another attempt at Sacred Flame on... Let's go for the weird bat thing, because that's starting to really unnerve me.
Okay.
I feel like the bat
Bat
thing has
thing,
fallen off the
dodge.
initiative track and it's unnerving me.
Yeah! Sacred
Oh, why
Flame
has
is
it... Oh, I must have...
actually
Oh, I
working today.
Oops.
Oh, yes it is.
Max damage!
Nice.
Oh, that's a spicy meatball.
Okay. Now, the illuminated horror is going to... So it's kind of... You can see, because you can see the dim light, you can see it scrambles across a circular room to a big circular hole in the floor and then just vanishes down it.
Okay.
And then the flappy thing is gonna do its flappy thing. Oh, it had an effect that I haven't been using this whole time. Oh.
That's unfortunate for you.
Oh no, this is an action. Oh no, it's an active thing. Okay. That's it. I think it's it's an action. It's not like an effect. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
The creature is going to let out this low and long moan. And I would like everyone to make a wisdom save.
Creepy.
Remember to add bless, if you have it. I feel 9 will be insufficient.
So I just go into the character sheet and tap.
Yeah.
Under saving
Got it.
throw, there'll be a wisdom.
Iona, I need you to roll your bless.
Yep.
As well.
Alright. It's 1d4, right?
It is indeed.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Kirkos is feeling aggressive today.
How did I
Kikros
do?
may be feeling aggressive today, but Dravora and Iona are not feeling aggressive. They are feeling very, very afraid. In fact, they are frightened.
Oh, I don't like that. Am I mean to frighten?
Can you remind us what that does?
Sure. I can find you that. It's quite bad, but it's not the worst thing. Actually, it affects you less than it would affect others.
I'm not. I'm fine.
Okay, it's... fear is a frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, while the source of the fear is within line of sight, and the creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear.
Okay.
And that's myself and Iona, right?
I'll put a little spooky,
Oh man.
like a spooky face.
So heroism will remove that, but
That's
yeah,
It's taking the thing.
It's taken a bit of a battering, hasn't it?
yeah, it's probably not worth burning a spell slot on. Probably better just to try and kill it.
Skull for fear. Okay. And there's only so much it can do, really. It is then going to yeah, you know what? It's gonna fly away from Dravora,
Does it?
provoking.
I will spend my reaction to take attack opportunity, even though it is and it's at. It would
It's
be
at
at disadvantage, but it's fairy flyer, so it's regular.
Regular.
20 hits, I assume.
Yep.
So on its way out, it can take
It
16
takes
damage.
16 damage.
Thank
Okie dokie.
Thank you, fighting style.
Dravora.
So like I think as is that noise, though, just this moan, and it like shakes her, and the world goes a bit dark and wobbly, and this thing flies away. She less attacks it and more flails at it.
Yeah.
And I think what she does is like she just takes a moment to like panic and look around and like reassess like where everyone is. Like, okay, there's Akeem's there, Sinjbid is here, the bird is back there. Okay, right, I don't. Okay, hook horrors are over there. I know what hook horrors are. I will move in the vague direction over here, like slowly, and just generally be a bit. What the fuck is going on? Disorientated. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm gonna use dodge.
Okay.
And she
Dodge.
like attempts
That's
to
good.
like
Yeah.
orientate herself.
Very nice. Iona. Well, there was something scary and it went around the corner.
She's pretty spooked, so I think she's just gonna hang out by the wall where she feels safe.
Okay. Hokara is gonna scramble down the big hole. Akeem.
Well, I'm not afraid of this thing.
No.
And it's trying to run away, so I would rather not let it if I can avoid it.
Especially because it's running towards the rest of your fortress.
Yeah. So I'm going to move to there. I'm going to use my action to... this is dangerous. Okay, I'm going to use my action to doff my shield. And I'm going to use my interact with object action to pull out my crossbow in my offhand,
Okay.
and that is my turn.
The juggling is real. Have you considered mutating
Safe
yourself with a couple of arms?
Hey, that's what the polymorph spell is for, right?
Octopus bard.
Singe bit?
Aha!
Okay.
I can just see it.
Yes.
Let's do another Sacred Flame, as that's kind of my only trick right now. Deck save, please.
Deck save.
Yeah, there we go. That's Katie.
Like, to be fair, there's been a lot of fails today.
Yeah.
I've had very normal rolls
You
today.
have.
How's it feel to be a person?
Why do my monsters suck today? Hook horror, scramble downwards, and sneaky boy do sneaky things. It's gonna fling itself around the corner and try to bite Akeem.
I regret my choices.
Crap.
It's fine. My AC is 17 currently.
Don't say that before she rolls.
So, it's going to get real slashy with you. It's going to bite you and then attack with its tail.
Well, on the plus side, putting away my shield
I'm
didn't
back!
hurt me.
I'm back, everyone.
All right, let's see what this
So-
does.
With the bite, it's going to do 8 damage and it's going to wrap itself around you, attaching itself to you.
Oh, dicks.
Well, this is a barrel of butts.
Let's see. Yeah, so it's now attached to you.
All right.
And it's kind of wrapped around you like a cloak. Everyone is free to hit it, but you'll probably end up, hitting Akeem as well. That seems unavoidable.
How much damage does
Second
the
attack.
tail do?
Yeah, let's do...
I guess it's like wrapped around you and just like stabbing you in the back.
It's like the worst cloak.
Oh god, okay. I'm on 3 hit points.
Wait, I thought you were going down there because when you said you
Yeah.
were low HP,
Well,
I didn't know
no,
how
I mean-
low was.
I mean, pretty much I'm guaranteed to go down the moment somebody hits the thing.
Okay, it is now the end of the cloaker's next turn, so you two are no longer afraid.
Okay.
Am I afflicted with any conditions, by the way? Sorry.
The condition is that it's attached to you, but it's not attached to your face, so you don't have any conditions.
Oh, well, that's
okay.
nice.
So I can...
It could be worse. If it was attached to your face, you would be blinded and unable to breathe.
Yeah, that would be bad.
That would be worse.
So I have a question.
Yeah,
Is it currently occupying the same square
it's the
as
same space.
oh, damn it, I can't. That's so
Yes.
excellent. Well, then I can do this. And rather than I'm going to take the attack action, but rather than swinging Lucy at Akeem's head, because that doesn't seem wise, I'm going to...
You can try and detach it as well with a strength check.
That's exactly what I was going to try and... Oh, I was going to try and do a fancy thing with grapple, but that makes more sense. I would like to rip this thing off.
Okay, make a strength check to try and rip the thing off.
Is it just straight strength?
Straight strength.
Cool. $19?
I can't... Ah, there we go. 19. You do succeed in ripping the thing off. That's very fortunate for Akeem.
Yeah.
Is it, was that an action or was that part of an attack action?
That's an action.
Okay, cool. Then I will. Yeah, then that's my turn, I guess. As I run up and rip this thing off our poor bard.
That was a very good thing to do. Iona! It doesn't seem so scary.
Yeah. So,
Oh, before this happens, I should check concentration.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true. No.
So that's So it no longer has fairy fire.
Gotta take the glow off.
it's still in the dark. I can't see it.
It's still scary. Now the fairy fire is gone. You guys gotta give Iona that scroll of, like, vision.
She does have the scroll of dark vision.
I thought we got rid of them all.
I thought you sold them.
Oh,
Oh,
did
yeah.
we?
I believe that.
Oh.
was
You
a
sold
great
them
deal.
to the...
Oh, never mind then.
Well, you've got your like scarf, right?
Yeah.
And
Maybe
you know
if
where
I get
it
right
was.
beside it.
Yeah, I mean, what weapons do you have?
Okay, I see it. I have a net.
What else do you have?
I have a rapier.
You do.
Yeah.
I guess I could try to stab it.
You're a fighter. Whatever else you are, you're still a fighter.
I'm not much for stabbing.
You're actually very good at stabbing.
I see.
Okay, what you... Yeah. I mean, when you don't roll a 1, at least.
I think you still get the second attack.
You do, yeah?
I can rapier twice.
Yeah.
Good
You're a
chance.
fighter.
Okay.
You have the second... You have the extra attack feature.
Here comes an extra.
Oh, stabby stabby.
Haha.
Yeah, see?
Take that.
You poke some holes in the cloak, making it
You poke a lot of holes
making
in
it significantly less effective in the rain.
We're gonna remove these from the town order. They're skittering down the corridor of hooks.
We need some blasting powder.
Akeem,
Well,
it's off your face. That was very unpleasant.
yes.
Well, it wasn't on your face.
and I
It's
would like it to stay not
the
on
worst
my
cloak
face.
ever.
So I'm going to disengage,
Mhm.
and I'm going to move here, I think,
Yeah.
and that is my turn.
Okay. Singebeard.
Okay, it's melee time. I'm gonna go there. Yeah.
Mhm.
And just take a swing at it.
You hit it. Roll damage.
Sure.
Smash! With all of you standing around it, prodding it and smashing it, you, with a final swing, squash it into the ground with your hammer.
I like this.
Just gonna hit
worst
it a
cloak
couple
ever.
extra times to ground it into
Dead,
the stone.
dead, dead. Yeah, you could probably make that into a cloak if you wanted to commemorate the experience for Akeem.
Maybe his kids need a nice new bit of clothing.
Okay, are we still in initiative order? I assume so.
We are no longer in
Okay.
initiative order.
All right.
Someone try pulling that lever.
What?
That's a good idea, actually. If it's going to, so yeah, I will walk over and I will pull. I will
You
pull
pull
the lever.
the very big lever, and it seals the very big door. It rolls in sideways. It's like a vault thing.
Sweet.
Meow.
Is it this door that closed?
Yes.
All right.
Well, that sorts that out.
So I'm going to recast light on my shield and put my crossbow away, so I can now walk around with light again.
I love how you went to pick up the pebble just to save Katie the effort.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Like pockets the pebble, it's lucky.
I'm
It's a lucky pebble.
I'm feeling
It's got
pretty
cover your
battered.
shield on it.
I can tell. Okay, now do we have 10 minutes?
I think now we have 10 minutes.
Oh yes. that'd be good.
Maybe we should pull back into somewhere a bit better lit. I think those torches are still burning through there.
I
Works for me.
And just In fact, even just here will do, just so we only had to look in one direction.
Yep. Okay.
It's time for some clericy bullshit.
Yep.
Mhm.
Uh,
K-Crossed is working hard today.
yep. Yes, she is. Yeah, you're still within range of the bird. Okay, I am spending 10 minutes to cast Prayer of Healing. Yeah, let's keep it at second level for the moment. Yeah. That is healing. I assume you will let me know if I have less time than that.
Yeah.
Do I have?
No, it all seems pretty quiet now.
Okay.
It's been very loud in here for quite a while. The guards at the entrance are probably very concerned.
That's probably right. Okay, that's a pretty good roll.
What, everyone heals 16 hit points, is that what
Yep.
you're telling me?
Oh, that's wonderful.
Mhm.
I like you. That's a lot of hit points.
I'm still bloodied, but I am doing much better now.
How's everyone else looking?
Not quite perfect, but basically there.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Right. Well, I'm fine somehow. So, don't easily have another one of them without popping everything I got. So,
Right. Well, it feels like things have gotten a bit quiet. Maybe if we just take a quick look in these side rooms to see how far they go. If they keep going for a while, then I guess we'll pull back for a bit.
Right. Right.
But if they're pretty quick to explore.
Sure.
I'm with that. I'm with you on that. Let me just grab my things. I would like to gather up the couple of javelins from that room.
Do we have maybe 15 minutes?
15 minutes? What for?
About a minute per hour.
Oh, I see. Right. Are there that many arrows still left? I could have
I
sworn
thought-
some of them broke when they...
Yeah. It should have been you recovered the first
So
10, and then you
I'm
fired them
hoping
all.
I can use mending to fix some of the broken ones.
Ah, I see.
I don't like that will be up to 15 minutes depending on how many are salvageable.
We'll say there's no immediate time pressure at the moment. We'll say with the use of mending, fishing out all the broken ones, you are able to salvage. Of the 20 that you started with, 15 can be salvaged. Using retrieving them and mending. Because mending's, like, you know...
Yeah.
you're doing
It fixes a
spells.
break or
You're
a
doing
tear,
magic.
so anything that's just like had its head snapped
Sort of
off
broken,
or something,
the
it should
end's
do.
broken.
It's not going to do
Yeah.
anything that something's burnt up,
or just like completely shattered.
or it's just completely shattered.
Yeah.
Can I make a quick sheet suggestion to Iona
Yeah?
for something that I found quite useful for keeping track of ammo? On your sheet to the right of where your weapons are, you'll have like an other resources section.
Mm-hmm.
I would suggest that one of these you list in as you can put your second wind, you can put your action surge here. But one of the things you can put here is arrows, and you can list your maximum and current arrows there, so you can use that to keep track of how much ammo you have.
Okay.
I've been
That
doing
makes
that with my
sense.
javelins. And my channel divinity and my lay on hands,
Oh.
for instance.
I'm back up to 20, right?
Is that what you said,
15.
Katie?
You're up to 15.
15, got it.
do you want to take my crossbow now, just in case you run out again?
Man, I just got rid of my other cross.
Okay,
Do I need another
I'll
one?
keep hold of it. But if you're running low, then I do have 10 bolts left.
Cool.
And you can fire a crossbow just as well as you can fire a bow. It won't have the magical +1, but that's
You
it.
can also only fire it once a turn.
That is true. But hey,
Because it has the loading property.
it is
The
how it
fine
goes.
last resort.
Yeah, it's still probably better for you with sharpshooter than stabbing someone. So
Yeah.
Right. So which room were you thinking, Akeem?
Well, that one to the north looked interesting. Maybe poke our heads around just inside.
Makes sense. There was the ones further to the east as well.
and there was something, at least one of them.
That's true. There's
Wow.
actually a lot going on here.
Blasted
I'd
thing.
forgotten about those rooms back there, to be honest with you.
Well, let's start over here.
Okay. You enter this room and you notice, although they're now shattered on the floor, there were once very sturdy wooden doors here, reinforced with metal. Ahead of you, the blue thing that you see, it's like looks like a forge, but not a forge like anything you've seen before. It's huge
Zoom.
and zoom. Oh, it's nice. It's huge, and it's not really obvious. You've kind of got this like big flat space where you could fit a lot of stuff in for forging, and it looks like there's space for, you know, coals and things, but there's also like a space leading up back behind to presumably up the stairs.
Well, this is what we were looking for.
Hmm.
I
There's not any bellows or anything.
Alright, let's have a look, see what we actually got.
Up the stairs, you see sort of strange twisted metal constructions. There's sort of metal beams running across the room, but they're all bent and warped out of shape. Yeah, really big, like really like thick and sturdy metal beams. Look to be made out of I'm not sure if your fortress had this. You probably didn't have the knowledge of it, but it's essentially steel.
It's fucking nerd dwarves over here.
Nerd dwarves. You know, I don't think your furnaces, I would assume at your old fortress, could get hot enough to make steel, but yeah, big twisted steel beams running all over the room.
Attempts to suppress knowledge of forging. Abstraction.
Abstraction!
This looks impressive.
Aye.
What's all this for? This
It's not quite what I'm used to. Can I make like a I don't know, Smith's tools roll or something to
Yeah, you
work
can make
out how
some
this
kind of
operates?
investigate check.
I have a quick question.
Yeah, the room is very, yep.
Is it everyone moving around just fine? Because if I messed something up or whatever, but I can't seem to move my character around.
It's because you can't move where you can't see and you're in the dark, maybe?
No, I'm right where we were when we killed the bat.
Yeah.
Are you definitely on like the
I
selecting
can
tool?
move
You haven't
you.
like gone to the measuring tool or
no.
anything?
I'm definitely on the right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit exit and then come back in. See if
Sure.
that fixes
Okay.
whatever's going on.
I will move you to the forge,
Okay.
and then we can see if you're having a synchronization problem or if it's...
Wow,
You can't
GM
do that.
Fiat moving the character without the consent.
So
This
you're in a
action
yeah,
does
you're
not
in a
have my
very
consent.
The memes.
you're in like a plain room. There's not a lot of engraving or ornamentation, which you've kind of come to expect from this fortress. The rooms kind of looks unfinished, or like when the metal warped, it damaged the walls, because there's some deep gouges kind of in the floor and the walls. It's either unfinished. You know, they might have sometimes in other parts of the fortress they dig out a little bit of a metal vein from the wall rather than incorporating it, and then just maybe they did that and didn't leave it. But yeah, big gouges in the walls.
Oh, I was going to roll something.
You are.
Yes.
Roll your knowing things.
Okay, I can actually roll a Smith's roll today.
Ooh, what are you trying to find out here? Exactly.
How this operates.
How this operates. So it's weird. The big metal beams and the big twisted metal, they're not pipes or anything. They're just big metal lumps. And you can see kind of the forge from here. There's here, right leading down to the forge, there's a big chute that goes down. And from there you can see most of the forge. Yeah, you kind of investigate the forge. There's some it's made out of it's made out of stone, and there's these very basic mechanisms on the side you can find which kind of restrict the big chute by just sliding stone, basically, to sort of restrict the airflow in the big chute.
Looks like fun.
Huh.
Just do it all.
Was it for... So... What's your take? Could you start it up? I mean, not now, but...
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I could get a fire going in it easy enough if we charcoal. That's just a fire. I still don't know exactly what they learn here.
Well, we've cleared it out. Why don't you spend some time experimenting? It's, if I've seen the sort of stuff you make with normal forge. If this is something fancy, then, who knows what you could make.
Me, once I'm cleared this place, you're going to have to pry me away from this place.
All right. Well, let's get on with it then. Let's head down south, and the faster we get through this, the faster you can get to figuring out exactly how this thing works.
Oh, Canary, come here. I'll light the bow up for you. Stuttering around in the dark. I will cast light on your bow, so you have a light source beyond the
Yay.
Katie will remember that.
You keep saying this is the problem. You have no idea how awful I'm going to be until I get to level 1.
Oh, thanks. At least it can get worse.
Oh,
Hold on.
you
We've got
have
a bow that
no
blows
idea.
We have a bow that has the light spell now, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just effect. Yeah.
Okay.
You could just slap it on Iona, probably.
Yeah.
I'll make it a separate thing, because otherwise it messes with your ability to see. What's the range on it?
2020.
2020.
On the plus side, light and torches
Okay,
are the same, so you
yeah.
have to remember
Yeah.
different numbers.
Okay, and Iona has control of...
It's probably just as well we don't have lanterns, really.
Oh, bullseye lanterns in this would be amazing. And awful.
Have a bullseye lantern. Do you want me to light my bullseye lantern?
Oh god, don't make it. Don't do that to her.
I don't even know how that would work. I don't even know if that's possible.
That's how you get Torusks.
Do you want more of the cloak monsters? Because you'll have more of the
Rocks
cloak
fall,
monsters.
everyone dies.
Which is a very unsteady structure. Okay, so now that you're kind of here in the light, not in the middle of a fight, you can see that from the door on the left there are, it's minecart tracks leading from that door and down to the south. And yeah, they go through this large doorway to the south, where there is a, it was originally sort of divided. There was crumbling pillars around it. It's a little bit fancy, but not that fancy. It's still pretty utilitarian here. And again, now that you're in the light, you notice there are those sort of deep gouge marks kind of all around this doorway here. In the stone. Now, to the south, the minecart tracks lead into, I believe Akeem can now see, it's a sort of it's basically like an ore storage area, ore sorting. There's
Ah.
some sort of there's sort of piles, like divided by, well, they're now crumbled, but presumably that were once divided by wood barriers kind of lined up against the walls. There's spaces where the carts can go, and there's some old carts stored here. As you go around the corner, Akeem, you can see more standard forges. 3 of the more regular kind of forges that you would maybe expect. Very nicely made.
More forges
for
around
the
here.
Singebid.
Right.
Normal ones.
Get to work.
So it looks like that that gate seals off their mine, and this is where everything is brought through to be processed. I suppose that makes sense.
How much stuff we got in here, you reckon?
I don't know. Hard to estimate.
Not bad, though,
If I do a Katie, if I do a quick totting up in my head, how much
Yeah.
stuff could I estimate is here?
So there's kind of like space down here where ingots would have been.
Mm-hmm.
Or finished goods, but there are none there. It's all been cleared out.
Sure.
However, there is ore remaining. It looks like it's been rummaged through, and most of the stuff that's been left is kind of the low grade piles.
Right, that makes sense.
But there is a considerable amount of that low grade ore. Can everyone make me a perception check, please?
Yes, we can.
There is one more dwarven body, which are fairly infrequent in this area, up here against the wall. Dravora,
Okay.
you... And let me check my notes. How much can I give everyone here? They're doing great jobs. So you notice against the body that's slumped here, the weapon that killed that dwarf is still buried in there, mummified at this point. Not mummified because it was a moist environment. Thoroughly decayed skeleton. And as you investigate it and pull it out, it's an axe, and it looks dwarven made. It's made of iron, but it's definitely not of the style that you see in this fortress.
We have a problem.
It's a bit sort of it lacks the artistic flair of the dwarves of this fortress had. They were clearly sort of proud crafters, but it's it's just a bit soulless, really.
But it's dwarven. It's dwarven made. It's just bland.
But it's definitely dwarven made, but it's like really bland. And this fortress was not bland.
What's the problem?
The thing that killed this dwarf was a dwarven axe.
Betrayal.
A weird one though. Look, come have a look.
All right.
Right.
I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything
It
pinging as
it
magical
is
around here?
not magic.
Well, it's not magical.
Well, no, I don't think it is. But well, of course not. You're telling me. I mean, look at it though. All of those ones that even the zombies had something to it. This looks. Well, what?
I see what you mean. It's a different style, sure enough.
It's buried in this person's head. Be worried.
Well, if it was distinctive, it probably could have been traced back to some obvious crime move.
So what are you suggesting here? Rival
Crime!
I don't know. I would have said this. Whoever did this was not from here. Or someone's been copying how to dwarven make things and just not very good at it.
I mean, it could be an apprentice's work, maybe, but...
You'd know better than I.
Well, I think it's Singebeard, or at least culturally what the dwarves in your fortress did. The apprentices were trying even harder
Yeah.
to be showy.
Yeah, that was said with a bit of a... but is a witch.
Something don't smell right.
It was definitely made for the purposes of.
It's an axe. Most of them are made for the purposes of killing something.
Mm.
Even if that something's a tree.
There's a quiet agreement of nod that killing trees is an important job. Well, there's no point dwelling on it, I suppose. Just keep an eye out for stuff that might suggest that not just beasts, but other
Well-
people?
I want to take a bit of a closer look at who this unfortunate was. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to investigate the corpse if I can.
Yes, the corpse is in a considerable state of decay, more so than the ones you've perhaps found that were still a bit reanimated.
Mm-hmm.
This one is not reanimated, fortunately for everyone. And you notice it's got the same sort of stones woven in its beard as the body. Like, there's sort of the remnants of hair attached to it. And yeah, those have got the gemstones woven in that are characteristic of this fortress. From the clothes, the clothes it's left with, it's hard to tell what condition they were in before it died, because obviously the dwarf died in a fight. They yeah. So, but they didn't seem to be particularly fancy clothes, and they were wearing armor and wielding a weapon when they died.
Oh, interesting. I don't know if there's anything particularly significant about whoever this was, but worth remembering that they're here so we can bury them later.
Lot fewer corpses in this place, I'm noting.
Well, I imagine anything that's been lying around here probably would have been eaten by now. In fact, it's surprising this one hasn't been.
Remind me, we haven't really seen any bones though either, have we?
No, that's a good point.
Not much evidence in here at all.
No, you've altogether probably seen about 3 sort of piles of bones. This one may have been partially eaten. It's there's not really a lot of flesh left on it, but it's bits.
I suppose it's horrors because it dragged it down into wherever. We already know. Should we keep having a wander? See what we find?
Yes, we should probably check out the rooms a bit further back that we passed earlier.
Did everyone else go around the corner? Was there anything else here?
Oh, just some forges and mostly empty space.
Oh, just like the last ones?
Well, I don't know. They seem a bit more normal to me, but Singebeard's probably the authority on that.
Yeah, Singebeard knows what's going on. They seem a lot more normal. There's no big twisted metal structure leading to them.
Oh, so I guess this is... Well, this must be where most of the stuff was made, and the other one was, for fancy things.
Something like.
So when we were in the room with the other forge, there weren't any signs of either shrines or ritual markings that would have suggested anything to that degree, was there in the room?
So sorry, for which markings? The galleries?
No. When we went to the room with the larger fancy forge to the north with all of the weird contraptions, there weren't any signs of either religion or over
No.
ceremony or ritual that would tie the place to that sort of purpose.
No, not of ritual or anything. There was one sort of simple rune. It was actually really lacking in decoration compared to the rest of the fortress. There was sort of one big simple rune to the god of crafting.
Okay. So we just head back into this room and Was it just the one exit up in the top there where the torch was burning?
I don't remember.
Back, there's a load of soidans. Blast, but there's more of those damn puffer things all over the place in there.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of nasty spores drifting around now.
This place needs a proper burnout.
Yeah. War.
And this section here is just more of the the ruined, dilapidated workbenches and stuff, right?
Yes, this was sort of the big main crafting hall.
Okay. Gonna kick that torch off the dead body because it's making unpleasant smells.
Yeah.
Like that's just been gently singeing unpleasant flesh for a while. So I'm just gonna kick that off a bit.
You may as well pick up the torch while we're walking through.
Actually, that's a good point. I will retrieve the torch, and I request permission for this torch.
Yeah, I need permission for the torch. That was why I wasn't doing it.
I give permission to Dravora for. Akeem has permission to the torch.
Do I?
You can all
It's
have
because
permission.
it was yeeted by
Yeah,
just,
you
Oh
use it.
yes,
It
that's
was
true.
yeeted.
like the Master of Yeats. It's his official title in the fortress.
You all have control of that torch.
Is there a way of
What about this
like,
torch?
grabbing multiple objects at once?
Yes,
yeah.
dragon select.
I'm just dragging it over myself, but it
Okay,
only
just-
does. Oh no, there we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can select both at once. It's nice.
Ta-da. Yeah, torch.
Yeah, there we go. So lovely light.
This is much easier. I might make a copy of the torches. I need.
This also
Probably a good
means
idea,
that Iona isn't doing the thing where she is awkwardly moving her bow 20 feet behind her on a piece of string.
Yeah.
I thought that was just how she carried it.
Yeah, she's got it tied to one of the ribbons. She just kind of skips along.
It's called a yobo.
Oh, Cork, come on.
Okay.
What have I stolen? I've stolen
And
your
then here-
torch!
Get off my
This
fucking
is a.
torch!
My drag box got your
And now we see the limitations of giving us all control over the torches.
Sorry, Kate.
Singebeard has both torches now.
Singebeard, give me
That's
my
what's
torch back.
happened to-
It's fine now.
Just, no! Just,
It's my torch!
fine, you carry
Right,
the
look,
torch.
here's one. Look, you both have one.
Look what you have wrought, Katie.
I will delete all these torches, I swear. Your torches blow out due
Alright,
to the
I
fungus
like my
air.
bullseye lantern. You really want to do this dance?
Nah, you can have the torch.
This is the fucking
Okay.
nuclear option right there.
That's the threat. Can't threaten the GM with things like that. It's not okay. So you can see here, you see shelves, you see big old decayed and smashed open boxes. This is a storage area and it has been cleaned out. Fairly thoroughly. So the big room that Singebeard is in was probably used to store sort of ingots. Nicely categorized, vast stores of them, all gone. Yeah, it looks as though, finished goods of various kinds were kept in each of the storage rooms. There's one that was sort of clearly belonged to the big one that Iona's in. That was sort of carpentry, furniture, half-finished projects that were in progress, but they didn't want to clog up the working area with.
Take note, Rimworld.
Exactly. Other people can work on projects while someone else has one in progress. These were pretty advanced
I
dwarves.
can feel the salt for that, of way you're describing that.
So yeah, there's really not much left. You can find little remnants here and there of things that have been missed, but it looks as though this was quite thoroughly picked over.
So there's nothing to
For
swipe.
example, Iona, with her brilliant passive perception, probably notices. She's probably the one to notice that if she can find.
Perception than the barbarian.
Oh, do you? I thought it was Iona.
No, it's the dwarf. It's the cleric. The
Oh,
dwarf.
I'm sorry. That's racist of me. Singebeard.
Is racist.
That is racist. Singebeard is probably the one to notice then. To find just like there's a few like gold, silver, and copper coins kind of under a smashed box in a corner, and they are minted in a way that is quite, unlike the ones that are from your fortress. They still appear to be. You can tell you're Singebeard. You know that they're the metals that they seem to be.
They're well minted, mate.
But yeah, they have like very different designs to what you're used to. Just very simple geometric designs. And they are also different to... I can't remember if you guys have found gold in this fortress. I assume so. They are also different to the coins that you have found in this fortress in the other sections so far.
Oh no, we have found coins in that section.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
I assume
Are they different to the ones that I assume that were in the Peaky Stash?
They are different to the ones that are in the Peaky Stash. They are, pretty plain, sort of minimal geometric on them. The ones you found that sort of on the dwarves of the fortress, in the east wing, were kind of a little bit ornate. There was a little bit of like patron deity, like inscribed on there. There were sort of images of what you assume were rulers given by all the statues.
Yeah. These are very like simple. Kind
Right. Shall we press on further down then?
Might as well.
We already explored up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just more rooms. Full of,
Hmm.
well, not full of stuff, I suppose.
I was hoping to find some furniture for my room.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Blasted things.
Find something pleasant?
Nope.
Oh, hang on. Oh, And,
What's wrong?
there are more of those, gas
Yep.
spore things. They need to be tackled from a distance. We probably might need you to try and take these out, Iona.
I don't...
It's around the doorway to the right. Don't get too close to it.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. You would get
I think I can hit...
shuffle up. Ah, there's a blasted one of them.
you hit it. You destroy it.
Yeah.
How far away from it are you? Everything is fine. The burst of spores as it dies does come pretty close to you, but it seems to peter out just before it reaches you.
I'll take note of that.
You really don't want to breathe that stuff in, you know.
I see.
There's another one, and yeah, another one.
Well, do your thing. Just, be careful.
I can see it from here.
There's one in here, you know.
And where?
Oh, no, yeah, that's the one.
I don't think from there. That kind of, when I draw the line, it clips the wall.
But I see it.
I'm not that precise with the...
I can see it fine from here
If you
too.
can see it, fucking sharpshooter.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It has 3/4 cover, which is the equivalent of say shooting through an arrow.
But you know,
But
sharpshooter.
you know, it's Iona, so whatever.
I'll nick one of its little spore pods.
You hit.
But feats are bullshit, so it works.
And it explodes. And I think Dravora... It's kind of tricky because it's around like a bit of a corner. I think Dravora is probably safe.
I was kind of hoping, yeah, that the wall would do some sort of deflection of the blast, but
Because well,
you decide. You're the GM.
let's see. It explodes and that spreads the spores. So I feel like they don't spread past the explosion. So because it doesn't have like a direct line to you, you're okay.
Okay.
Like, they don't explode through the wall. It just explodes,
Or you
covering the ground in all the lovely spores to grow more of itself.
wave my hands across my face, just like a. Or either wave like the torch in the air, just as a sort of like.
Right, cable coming, canary. I can see at least 2 more.
There's more?
Oh, yep. Careful,
Uh.
don't go too hard on it.
Come back, torch. Poke my head into this room as well.
That should
Yeah,
be a
what
safe
are in
enough
these
distance.
rooms?
Again, these are empty storage rooms that have been looted and raided, and they had nice storage, like very orderly at one point. But well, except for the carpenters, they weren't orderly. But everyone else was very orderly. They kind of would belong. They seem to belong to different groups of crafters. So, you know, the one Dravora is in at the moment has a lot of storage for, it looks like, clothes.
Is there anything? There's nothing like in here, is there? That's like serviceable?
No, it's all completely bare. It's been quite thoroughly cleaned
Okay.
out.
There isn't even just like scrap cloth and stuff.
I guess there's like a few scraps of cloth.
Okay. Well, 'cause I know Iona seems to collect anything that is even remotely
that's
purple.
true. Scraps of cloth. I think she's working on a patchwork quilt. There can be a scrap of purple cloth, but it's not particularly... So it's quite functional.
I'll grab it and stick it in a section of my pack.
Go for it. You're going to make her a patchwork quilt.
So I killed that one.
Which one?
The one down there.
Pew! Let's just do a little... How's it going? Ah, she's fine.
Thought it'd be
there's
safe
one,
there.
one, at least one
Hmm.
in that other room we're right next to. Just things are everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Good range on that one.
That looks safe.
He's done.
Iona can't roll damage low enough to not kill this. And it explodes into disgusting, disgusting spores.
Hooray.
And she's not even sharpshooting, she's just like regular shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sharpshooters. We should cover this place with fire at some point. Oh, this is big.
Yeah, that's a very big storage room. And it looks to have been used for a lot of like masonry stuff.
Right.
So there's kind of half-finished little statues and some small projects, some big projects, some that were clearly like personal projects, some little trinkets for people's rooms, and like also some that were like big statues meant for communal areas.
Neat.
Are there any birds?
these statues appear to have been, while a lot of other stuff's been taken, they haven't bothered with the statues, the big stone statues of often people from this fortress. And there is a small one, like sort of maybe 40 centimeters high, on a table on the side of the bird. Of the bird that actually you probably recognize this bird from the group of ghosts
Oh,
that you saw back on the east side of the fortress.
pretty.
It's pretty bird. Pretty birdie.
Aww.
Might come back for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you guys done?
Right. Yes, I think that seems to be more or less everything that's down here.
Yeah.
It's the last room here, right? It's just simply just full of tap.
Yeah, so it's either there's sort of bits and pieces, there's scraps, and there's the only things that have been left are things that are worthless, or things that were obviously of sentimental value to the fortress, so like little dedications to the gods.
Does Iona have hair? I'm guessing not, right?
No.
Feathers.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, just making sure. I think when
You
you're
look at me every day.
Well, yeah, but like Candace doesn't, which is why Candace is checking. Like I think as you're like poking around this, she'll reach and like do some finaglery with hands. Get like the purple cloth she did and just like tie it around your arm till like wait till you discover it.
That's sleight of hand check.
I mean, I'm not being subtle.
Oh, okay.
I'm just doing it.
What are you doing?
Found a present for you.
Thanks.
Where
It's
is
pretty
that?
cute.
That was one of the rooms was full of I think like clothing and stuff, but mostly just some scraps. But you know, a nice bit of purple. Thought you'd like it.
Right, so something
I
covered in
do.
spores then.
It'll be fine.
Fine.
Old Grump ruining the present.
Yup.
He's not wrong, but he's Grump. I have a new favourite game, and it's like doing this.
I don't know what this is.
It's going like back
I
and
don't
forth here, like but with the dynamic lighting, it reveals so much that it turns it into a strobe corridor, and now we're in a rave.
Fun.
Rave fortress. Wop, 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 wop.
You haven't discovered a rave room yet, but you know, I'm sure you could convert something.
Just to be
into
fair,
one.
dwarves. I don't think dwarves are clearly metalheads.
Hard to say.
I think like they're the most metal of races.
Possibly.
Orcs.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, well that looks like all of the side rooms we've found so far. So unless any are concealed somehow, it looks like we've got this kind of cleared out, at least for the moment.
Yeah, as long as we're trusting that big old steel door to keep those hook horrors back, but
Well,
it's still
quite.
intact.
I think it would be a good idea to get some rest. We can keep the guard here, and then maybe see if we could find out where that hole leads.
Nah.
But
Yeah.
I could do with a sit down. This has been it's been a long day already.
You're not wrong.
Alright.
Okay.
As we head back, arguably victoriously down the wide corridor.
We're not dead. We're fine.
You did it.
We cleared out up to and including a forge, like multiple forges,
Yes.
and at least like some of them will be serviceable. Did they have fuel
Yes.
just like in them or around them?
Yeah, there was some coal. And the guards look very concerned after all the noises they've heard and the shouting. And they fuss around you, worried. And the Aarakocra especially fuss over Iona. Are you okay? Oh, thank goodness. We were worried. Is it all safe now?
All is well.
Safe as much as it can be for the moment, but I think we're still going to need to keep people watching this way just in case.
Yes.
Of course.
As far as we can tell, everything through there is cleared out. There's one big door where we know there are monsters behind, but it seems sturdy and it's held so far.
The one thing that's probably worth noting is that there were these creatures that we missed in the dark when we walked past them, and I think we've gotten all of them, but it's probably just worth keeping eyes out just in case. There were these kind of leathery, cloak-like flying creatures.
Oh, yes. We can definitely keep people stationed on this door for now. While you rest. And then do you want us to go through, or do you want to have another go at clearing it out after you've rested? Or...
I think we may need a number of people to head through, all with torches, just to check all of the corners, make sure there's nothing still lurking in there. But that can be...
Yeah, well, we can carry out a sweep while you rest if you want. We can do that.
Fine.
Well, that seems... as long as you're careful.
Yeah, we will be.
Makes sense to me.
Also, there was a murder. Check for evidence. The culprit may still be
Oh, gosh, a murder? Who? What happened?
I don't know who it was, but someone had an axe in their head, and it was definitely a murder.
Oh, well, we'll definitely look into that.
Good.
Who was it? Who... we haven't seen anyone go missing, or...
Oh, no, it wasn't recent.
Oh, how long ago was it?
Hard to say. Years?
Many years.
Oh, one of the former occupants. Oh, right, okay. I don't know, don't...
It was
don't
specifically
scare
a
us like
murder!
that. It was... Okay, it was specifically a murder, but we'll do our best. With the murder.
I think the three dwarves that are out of Iona's eyesight all give the poor dwarf who is like, murder! Oh, a murder hundreds of years ago. Like, we all give them a knowing look.
Yeah. It's murder, as opposed to any of the other things that have been killed in this thing.
Yes, most of the other 100 dead bodies we've come across.
Iona treats crime
Iona is hunting down Crime Dwarf, her nemesis,
He's come.
who clearly was the perpetrator.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a good place for us to end this session today.
Yeah.
Brilliant work, everyone.
Excellent.
Successful clear out, and our forge cleric will finally have a forge.
Yeah, I'm excited that you'll be able to get all the workshops up and running shortly. And start directing your fortress with, what to make, and you can make tactical decisions of, let's make things to trade, or let's make these things that we need.
You get to take you get the shield back from Bard.
In theory, yes.
Make it shiny again.
Mm-hmm.
I say yes, Bard, you're happy to give up your magic item, aren't you?
Yes.
I mean, I have a lot of magic items, so I should probably spread at least some of them out.
I have a pick.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best magic item you could
I'm
have.
saying this now, so we will immediately forget by next session. But the next time we long rest, or before we long rest, we have a ring that stores spell slots, and we probably should be putting stuff into it.
I've been using
If
it.
someone could type that in the comments section about a week from the upload date of this video, that would be great.
I've actually been casting stuff into that ring already.
Ah, awesome.
That's why I cast Detect Magic, because I'm not burning a spell slot on that.
Ah, it was in the ring.
Candy.
Yeah.
Ah.
The ring currently... Well, I'll put Detect Magic back into it, but the ring currently contains Fly and 2 casts of Detect Magic.
Nice.
It's the fact you can cast from one magic item into the ring is an interesting layer of events.
It is real nice.
It's real nice, Troy.
That's very fun. Good thing it means I can throw horrible monsters at you, like
It's true.
Cloaky Boy.
It
Yes, you
does.
did.
Oh my god, I was 3 HP. That
That
nearly went
could have
badly.
gone so
Oh
bad.
yeah, you will have such high AC that things don't hit very often, but when they do, they are pretty nasty. The whole attaching to you thing, like if it had attached to your face, you would have been
Oh
in
yeah, that's
trouble.
bad.
If it had gone to those 3 extra
was a
hit points, we'd be
high- It's a high DC strength check to get it
Yeah.
to pry it off someone as
Yeah.
well, and that would have been bad. Because like half the damage you do to it gets done to the person it's grabbing, so that would have killed. If you'd hit it, it would have killed.
Yeah.
Well, it would have at least knocked them unconscious. And in theory, I don't think it detaches when someone's unconscious. So
No,
you then
it
hit
doesn't.
it, and that's 2 auto fails.
Just smashing it is not a good method
It's
to
actually
resolve
it's
that.
actually only 1 failure
Oh yes, you're right. Sorry,
because you're not hitting me.
because it's
you're-
not hitting you, so it's not auto thinging.
Yeah.
Good point.
That said, it has 2 attacks and can only attack the thing it's grappled to. So if it gets a turn when you are
Oh, yeah.
dead,
Yeah,
that's
then I-
4
then I
fails.
Then you're dead.
Yeah, and it does have advantage when you're
That's
grabbed.
true.
So that's fun. That's a really fun monster. Oh, thank you for playing.
That's
Thank you for running.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
God,
great.
that's really
You're
nasty.
very welcome.
Yeah, it's a vicious little thing.
It's really nasty. It's horrible.
Also, it's like
Ah.
I did not realize it's actually like a large sized creature. This thing is massive.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a big thing.
If it had passed it's a cloak. If it had passed its stealth and got the jump on Iona as well, it would have been a very
Oh,
different
yeah.
fight.
I need
Yeah.
to stop.
Oh, yeah.
I need to stop trusting Katie when she makes makes her tokens, because this
Yeah.
thing should be taking up as much space as a hook horror, and it was taking up
Yes,
one.
it should. But you know,
Oops. My bad.
Fine.
Whatever.
That had got an Iona, that would have been an issue. Does it does it mute you as well, or just blind you?
No, just blinded, but you can't breathe. So I guess not being able to breathe
Yeah,
mutes
that's
you.
true.
yeah, I mean, if it's actively covering your mouth, you're gonna have a hard time spellcasting.
It's true. You literally need to breathe.
I'm gonna rule that if you can't breathe, you also
Yeah,
can't speak.
I mean,
I don't think that's unreasonable.